Your Blue Devils report includes boys basketball. We are joined by McFarland Spartans girls basketball, and we caught up with WIAA executive Tom Szafranski for a recap of recent tournaments. All that and much more. Keep watching. Your local sports news starts now. Thanks for joining us for the sports news. I'm Jack McGee, and here are your local headlines. The WIAA State Girls Division II Swimming and Diving Championships featured outstanding individual performances and a first-time team champion at the UW Auditorium in Madison Friday. Edgewood captured the team championship for the first time by compiling a 12-event total of 277.5 points. McFarland finished runner-up in the standings with 220 points, and Grafton was third with 203.5 points. The Division I session of the state meet is scheduled to begin with the diving competition at 10 a.m. Saturday, followed by the swimming events at 3 p.m. In state boys volleyball, 4 advanced to the semifinals over the weekend after the tournament held at Wisconsin Lutheran College in Milwaukee. Kaukauna defeated two-time defending champion Marquette in the quarterfinals Friday to advance to the semifinals of the tournament. The Galloping Ghosts overcame a significant deficit to go on to defeat the Hilltoppers. Brookfield East came from behind to beat Germantown, and New Berlin Eisenhower West defeated Middleton. Sorry to hear that, Cardinals. The 2015 Football State Championships are set to take place November 19th and 20th. The championships will be held at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, with Divisions 4 through 7 playing on Thursday, and Divisions 3 through 1 competing on Friday. Matchups begin at 10:05 each morning and go through the evening. For a complete list of teams and playoff times, visit WIAA.org. The Wisconsin Badgers women's hockey team is off to a 10-0 start and ranked number 1 in the nation. Leading the way is sophomore forward Anna Palikowski from Laguna Hills, California, who is 6th in the country in scoring with 9 goals and 11 assists so far this season. Their next match is home November 20th against Lindenwood. Minnesota says it has signed football coach Tracy Clays to a 3-year contract. Clays succeeds his friend Jerry Kill, who resigned October 28th because of health reasons. Clays, who made interim coach after Kill's resignation, was hired by Kill as defensive coordinator in 2010. Clays was also the acting head coach in 2013 for 7 games and led the Gophers to a 4-3 mark, which included consecutive wins against Northwestern, Nebraska, Indiana, and Penn State. For additional information on these headlines, please reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching the sports news, brought to you in part by the Red Zone Sports Bar in Madison, Wisconsin. For sports, music, and the best pub grub in town, visit the Red Zone. When we return, we're checking in with Madison East. Your Waunakee Warrior Report is next, so stick around. Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Jack McGee, bringing you all the latest in local sports. We bring you first to our Warrior Report. Joining us is the Waunakee girls basketball team. Girls, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, thanks for coming out. How does it feel coming into a new season after being in the state quarters last year?
It feels great, honestly. Like, now we just kind of know what we need to do in order to get back there. It's just giving us a new start. You know, we're really positive towards, we have a positive look on this season. I'm sorry. You know, it's just a great feeling, honestly.
That's wonderful. How do you feel about the team chemistry this year?
You know, it's pretty great this year. We've been playing together since we were 5th grade, at least the senior class has been. And a lot of the girls that are on the team too, we've known each other for a long time. So we play pretty well together, and it's going to look pretty fun.
Oh, that's great. How's the new coach like?
He's great. He really understands what we need to do to be successful, and he's working with us each individually and as a team to find our strengths and help develop those and make us better as a team together.
Good, good. What are you looking forward to most this season?
Just playing with my teammates again, and like Danny said, how we've been playing with each other since 5th grade, so it's really nice to have us all be playing together again.
And what goals have you set for this year?
Our goal is to win conference, and then we're going to go from there.
Okay, great. And what kind of offense and defense are you currently running?
Our offense and defense are really fast-paced. We're sprinting around all the time and talking a lot and just,
Really high pressure.
yeah, high pressure.
Great, great. So if you're looking for an exciting girls basketball team, head up to Wanakee and catch them soon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Hello and welcome. Today we are joined by Ben and Ronnie with the Wisconsin Whalers. Guys, thanks for coming out today. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
Ah, you're welcome. So for those who don't know too much about the Wisconsin Whalers, can you tell them a little bit more about the team and where they play at?
Well, we're a junior hockey team, just a step below college and a step above youth hockey, and we play out of Oregon Ice Arena in Oregon, Wisconsin.
Great, great. And I understand that you've got a game coming up on the 25th. Is that correct? And what time?
Yes, we have a game against Lacrosse at 6 p.m.
Okay, great. And I understand that you guys are not here from locally. Where are you guys coming from?
I'm not too far away, only a few hours, a little bit south of Chicago.
I'm from a small town in Sweden called Avesta.
Oh, great. And we were talking a little bit earlier. I understand that you've got some specials as well, some family packs for people that want to come out and visit you.
Yeah, our family pack is 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 drinks for $35.
Excellent, excellent. So tell us a little bit more about yourselves. What positions do you play on the team, and what's been some of your favorite highlights so far this season?
I'm a goaltender. My best memory's got to be my first game against St. Louis, first win. That's something that I highlight pretty well.
Yeah, and then for me, I play center, offense, and first big game for me was 3 games in the season, 4 games in the season. Got in my first fight and scored my first goal.
That sounds like an action-packed game there, Ben. So folks, if you haven't had a chance to visit them, please go visit the Wisconsin Whalers. They're playing at the Oregon Ice Arena. And guys, how long does the season last until, the regular season?
In the middle of March.
Okay, great. And we're, of course, cheering for you to make it into those playoffs and show them how things are done here in Wisconsin. Guys, anything else that the folks at TV Land need to know about the team?
You know, we just have some fun, and we hope we could bring fans in and give them some fun, some enjoyment. Good night.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for visiting us, and I hope everybody gets a chance to visit the Wisconsin Whalers soon. Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Jack McGee. This is your Evansville Blue Devil Report. I'm joined by 2 members of the team. We've got Kyle Rukowski and Tanner Meehan. Guys, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. So we're saying you guys are ranked number 9 in the Division III preseason basketball poll. And there are a lot of excitement and expectations in Evansville. What are your expectations as players this season?
Well, coming off a good year last year, we didn't really lose anyone. So we're hoping to hopefully win conference and win regionals and hopefully win sectionals and make it to state this year.
Great. You're coming off a very successful football season. We're Rock Valley champions, and you have 7 letter winners and 6 all-conference football players as the nucleus of your basketball team. How does that success translate to this season?
It just shows how we know what it takes that you need to, or like how much work you need to put in to be that good, and what we need to do to get that far and where we want to go.
Great, great. How important do you think it is to be a multi-sport athlete in Evansville?
Our coach always says that it's nice to be in multiple sports because it keeps us in shape and we keep lifting and everything, and it's always nice just to go out and have fun in high school and do as much as you can, I guess.
Great. And I heard you just got done playing in a preseason event in Milwaukee. How did that go?
It was good. We won all 3 games, and we all played very well together. We have a good chemistry because a lot of the players are coming back, so we all have a good idea of what we're all going to do and what role we already play.
Oh, that's great. Team chemistry is so important. So what do you think, who do you predict is going to be the Rock County North champs this year?
Well, hopefully us. I mean, I'm hoping we'll win, but I feel like East Troy will be up there too. It'll be a couple hard games, and they'll probably be second, I'm hoping.
And what about the Southern Conference? What do you expect from them this year?
I think Turner, or Beloit Turner, will be pretty good because they also have a lot of returning players that started last year for them. So they're just like us. Had a young team last year and now have a lot of people coming back.
Great, great. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming out. And if you haven't had a chance to visit them yet, go see the Evansville boys basketball team this season. We are joined now by Coach Pete Williquette, Gabby Rundy, Brooke Lonegro, and Emma Eckel from the McFarland girls basketball team. We're talking basketball today. Coach, what's the schedule look like this season?
We've got a really difficult schedule ahead of us, which is what we've wanted to make sure we're playoff tested at the end of the year. In our conference for the Rock Valley North, Whitewater's returning, which they a pretty deep roster from their state championship season last year, as well as Jefferson and Edgerton have some really high quality young players coming through. In the South, Broadhead, Clinton, and Bigfoot have been doing some really, really nice things most recently here. We'll have them once each this season. And then in our non-conference, we've scheduled the Division III first-ranked, second-ranked, and third-ranked opponent right now in the state, as well as the second-ranked opponent in Division II with Monona Grove.
Sounds like you got some stiff competition there. Brooke, who do you think are some of the new names in the program we should be aware of?
Some new names we'll be hearing are Sophie Quo, Annalise Demuth, Ashley East, and Elizabeth Sterner. And they all worked very hard this offseason, so I'll be expecting some great contributions from them this season.
Well, that's great. Always good to have new blood on the team. And Emma, what will be the strengths of the team this year?
There's two strengths that clearly stick out to me. One is that we are very athletic, and the other is that we have many returning varsity players that have experience on the court.
And each season's different. Gabby, what do you think the team needs to do to grow from last season?
We're losing a lot of big offensive threats, so being more offensively aggressive to the basket is key in this season. Also, with the new incoming players that Brooke said earlier, we need to make sure we're communicating good with them on and off the court.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brooke, what excites you the most about this season?
Well, we have a lot of returning players, so this year we're going to be very close and comfortable with each other, and we're all on the same page on what we would like to achieve this season, and we're going to know what we have to do to be able to achieve our dreams.
Okay. And Emma, what do you think it's going to take for this team to reach its full potential?
I think our team has a lot of potential, but to reach our full potential, there are two main things, and one is being selfless. It doesn't matter how the ball gets in the basket as long as it gets there. And the other is to utilize our practice time, taking every rep at game speed, so that way when we get into a game, we are ready to go.
Yeah, I always think of the famous practice, practice, practice speech from Mr. Iverson there. So as we know, the better that you practice, the more it translates to the real game time.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, I'd like to thank you, Gabby, Brooke, and Emma for coming out for the McFarland Sports Report. When we return, we're giving you the latest WIAA tournament recap. That's after the break.
Tom Szafranski joins us now. Tom is the WIAA Assistant Director, and here to give us a little bit of a tournament recap on girls golf and girls tennis. The tournament's happening now, actually, in Madison. Tom, thanks so much for joining us today on the Sports News.
Jessa, thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure for me to be here and for the WIAA to have such great venues here in Madison to be able to work with, especially for golf and tennis.
Absolutely, and boy, we have got a lot to cover with you in a short amount of time, so we're going to kind of jump right in. Tell us about WIAA as an organization and the member schools represented throughout all of Wisconsin, really.
Well, we are a membership of 507 schools, public and private schools, that run throughout the state of Wisconsin. And it's a very proud membership, primarily run by school administration. Our board is all school administrators, and our executive staff is used to serve for athletic purposes all of the schools involved in our membership. So basically, we run the state tournaments for everyone.
Wow. What a great organization to be involved in. I know they keep you busy. Talk to us a little bit about your role as one of the executives of the association.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have the sports of golf, tennis, swimming and diving, hockey, and the Scholar Athlete program. My main role is handling those tournaments, making rule interpretations for officials involved with those sports, and basically providing direction for all of the coaches and school administrators in the sports and the Scholar Athlete program involved. And each of our executives has a role with each of the other sports and other programs that we offer.
And now you've recently completed 3 state tournaments this fall right here in Madison. How have things gone so far?
Well, we really, first of all, love being here in Madison. I'm fortunate enough to have golf at University Ridge and then tennis at the Nielsen Tennis Stadium, followed up with swimming and diving at the Natatorium. And things have gone just fantastic. We've had just a great girls golf tournament that ended with a terrific Middleton team in Division I winning by a stroke, and in Division II we had a terrific Prairie School team that edged out the Edgewood girls here as well. In tennis, it's been a terrific time with individual tennis. A gal from Stevens Point, Emily Lutenschwager, winning in singles in Division I, and a girl from Kenosha St. Joseph's by the name of Claire Sherwanka, who won in Division II. But in our team competition, you'll be glad to know that first of all, Nina won the team competition over Brookfield East, and then the local team, Madison Edgewood, won the state team championship by a 7-0 win over Altoona.
Wow, some impressive results, and so exciting to have you here and talk about it with us right here on site. And I know this weekend you've got swimming and diving, so we're recording this now before you've had a chance to get some results in, but we'll make sure we've got those shared, and we'll have you back so that you can talk about that. Thank you so much, Tom Szafranski with WIAA. We wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much, Jess. Appreciate it, and good luck to you as well.
Now we report on Madison Memorial as Coach Casey Hopp joins us for a Spartan Report. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Can you give us a recap of your season and some of the highlights that we've seen?
Yeah, we had a great season this year. We were able to win 2 invitationals. Went to the Madison West Invitational here in Madison and won that, and also went up to the Smiley Invitational in Wausau and won that. Had us really excited going into the championship season, which is very competitive in this area. We finished city runner-ups this year and took 4th place at the Big 8 Conference Championships, where our JV also won the Big 8 Conference Championship there. And then took 2nd place at the area sectional, earning our 16th state trip to the WIA State Championships in Wisconsin Rapids, where the boys finished 7th place this year, one of 4 Big 8 teams that was in the top 10 at the state meet.
And what is your outlook for next season coming off a 7th place finish at state?
We have a really strong group of guys that are coming back. 4 of our 5 scorers this year were juniors and will be back with us next year. Luke Vandermeer, Casey Gregorich-Trevor, Jonas Beets, and Jack Zweifel all return and give us a nice core group that have that experience from that state meet this year. And hopefully some of our young talent and some of our other guys will put in the hard work this offseason to really help improve upon that 7th place finish at the state meet.
Ah, you bet. And you mentioned that it's a large team. How do you manage such a large and varied ability amongst your team?
Yeah, we have 67 guys on our team this year, and that was actually down in numbers a little bit. I have 2 assistant coaches that help out, Carl Richters and Drew Slemkus. They help really make an extension of me and be able to help guys wherever we are in our run. And then we had 6 captains this year, and it was really needed to be able to kind of keep track of the different groups. On any given day, we're running between 3 miles and 9 miles, and those 60-some guys are spread out amongst that group. And so it takes a lot of organization, and we ask a lot of our high school athletes and have a lot of high expectations of them, and they've really lived up to being able to kind of be a part of the culture of success and doing the hard work that it takes to be successful.
And what is it like to have both boys and girls programs so successful? Do you feed off each other?
Yeah, it was fun this year to have both the boys and girls programs get to the state tournament. It's only the 3rd time in school history that's ever happened, and it was really exciting to see Coach Chelvold's girls team competing well. They were at state last year, made it back for a 2nd year in a row. And so we really feed off that energy. A lot of our boys went down and watched the girls compete at the state championships last year, and that was a good experience for them. It had been since 2009 since our boys team had been at the state meet. So getting there to watch the girls team really got them excited last year and wanted to have them also compete at the state meet this year. And so having both the boys and girls team there was fun to be able to experience that at the same time, having both teams be so successful.
Yeah, that's terrific. And how does the strength of all the area runners affect your program?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we took 4th at our conference meet, and a lot of times that's not a very strong position, but we had 6 teams in the Big 8 this year that were ranked in the top 20 at some point in time. So going against that competition on a regular basis really makes it so that our boys are ready to compete against some of the best teams in the state on a regular basis. We have not only one of the toughest team competitions, but some of the toughest individuals. Finn Gessner from Madison La Follette this year was the individual state champion and led his La Follette team to the state runner-up finish in that. So our guys going against that team all year long and seeing them at invitationals and city meets and conference meets really makes it so that they know how to compete against the best in the state. We know that if we can be competitive in our conference, we're going to be competitive in the state.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for coming out, Coach. We really enjoy your time.
Thanks for having me again.
I'd like to thank the many guests for your sports news report. And a very special thank you to the Red Zone Sports Bar in downtown Madison for supporting local athletics. For sports, music, and the best pub grub in town, visit the Red Zone. That's all for the sports news. I'm Jack McGee. Please join us next time.